Let's get some hard predictions this time around. Game 1 and series.
Oh, game 1 I'll go VICI, but I think Beast.
Tower. Keeping us on our toes.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god. Even Ori is jaunting forward to try and attack into Chris Luck.
They placed that mid ward first, so Chris Luck brings himself a sentry.
Oh my god, it's a two-man cog up on top, going to combine with a Torrent. Both go flying up to the AK1. He's so low, actually takes the burn from the cogs, and there's one last hit from Xiao Yi to do it. Stinger body blocked up a little bit. It's actually the battery assault making it difficult to retreat. And VG Gaming.
Too much overconfidence, Toby. This Lincoln's, though, for Eurus.
Oh, nice catch again. PYW just holding Stinger in position. The Bloodright will arrive, causing a couple of problems for the Clockwerk, and now with a Will-O-Wisp, they're being dragged back with the Blind Light, meaning there's going to be a secondary pulse on the PYW. Even the Dream Core trying to create a little bit more space. The Clockwerk, the Collar Blast brings him low, but the 6 charges, not to mention the raindrop pop that happened previously, saving his life. Another Bloodright. Looks like Bloodseeker may be forced into a battle. He's still got good movement speed, but DY, there's your multicast. He's searching. Schofield, maybe more space being created. Rupture on DY. That's a lot of fat to bleed. And Jakiro will try and do something about him as the puck orbs forward, but Templar Assassin now joins this fight as well. Ogre is being sold up by Jakiro. The TP out will be successful. The boat will fall down. Kunkka cannot complete his TP out in time, but Ogre will.
Dude, K1's lineup right now, they are far too strong.
And they just used the fortification to keep the creep wave alive on top. Puck will TP in behind the tower. He'll orb to reveal himself, but Jakiro is wrapping around the back. You got Keeper of the Light here. Clockwerk throws a rocket, double TP's also on the way. Sand King still has Burrow Strike. Dust will reveal him, trying to play inside the trees. Bloodright's going to be there. Is there going to be the stun? Is there going to be a good target? DY's already dropped down to the Templar Assassin. Whisper is just playing inside the trees. There goes your Burrow Strike. He's played so long, the dust is worn off. Hookshot forward is able to connect. He's in range of the tier 1 tower. That's the reason they saw him, but they're just committing so hard under the tier 1 tower. VG Gaming throwing their bodies against the wall.
What did I just say?
VG Gaming didn't get this information.
I love this play, though. They're only showing these two, and you got to get back to base if you're VICI. They do not have Glyph, and that tower's already so low, and they're going to just dive base.
Yep, force it. If you get a single ice path, the Clockwerk, well, Rupture is already out, and with the Meld Strike, Clockwerk does not want to be here. But the tier 3 tower is the primary objective. Bloodright in the back lines with the Burrow Strike. Puck is going to get silenced up, and Bloodseeker straight onto it. And DPYW, he's almost bleeding going back into base, and this is why Blood's moving so fast at initiation at the start. Giving them all the buffs they need. Puck is dead without buyback available. Another Bloodright creating a perimeter for the Burrow Strike. And man, the Ogre just dies so instantly. You jump forward. Now the issue, the Will-O-Wisp over on 3. VG Gaming underneath almost their own fountain are being hunted by BEASTCOAST with 23 minutes into this game. And the bottom lane of Rax has been shattered. BEASTCOAST playing such a fast tempo, which VG Gaming just can't keep up with.
You got to see this coming, though. This is this team's identity. This is
like K1's not even involved in that fight. He's just sitting back. It's great.
It's just easy. And that actual fight was after the BKBs had already faded, because BEASTCOAST had used those cooldowns to gain advantageous positioning.
There's a courier with an ultimate orb. It's going to fly right over the top. Bloodseeker is the primary objective. How much damage can they do? He's still got BKB available, but the E-Blade pop, they do a lot of work with actually. Man, DY, he died to Chris Luck, who was also there, but now Chris is in the middle of this fight with the BKB. He can just swap. Hit by these torrents. E-Blade pop. Keeper of the line down to 200. Clockwerk hookshots himself in, but he gets cogged and blocked up by Chris Luck as well as Jakiro. They'll burn the BKBs. PYW able to go step as well as one charge up. A Whisper will be there with his own epicenter to get that follow-up kill. And under the Will-O-Wisp, Eurus caught in a little bit too deep. He changed himself into the SK, but he's getting pulled back in. Now Morph's back over with the waveform out. There's 3 heroes down for BEASTCOAST, and they want a little bit more. K1 has to stay and fight. Inside the Bloodright, goes to the tree line. Chris Luck, can he actually help out his teammate here? He can't. He blinks away, but he'll be coming straight back into the fight. No BKB to protect. And he's hiding inside the meld. The cogs just push him around. And VG Gaming wipe BEASTCOAST in the mid lane.
That was such a sick fight from VICI. They did everything right. The Morph opening up on the coddle, so he's forced to run.
At least wave himself out of the light, but he's actually clipped himself.
That's good.
Well, Aegis Immortal will break. There's a Mana Style available as well as an E-Blade. Clockwerk wants to help out. He's coming as fast as he possibly can. And Morphling still up on the hillside. They'll drop another TA trap, giving him that information. Waveform down, but they stick with him, looking for the Burrow Strike. It breaks the Linkosphere. PYW, no, the Ice Path. He'll end up catching both of them. Eurus is dropping. He'll E-Blade pop himself. They can't do any damage into him. The Dream Core down, the Burrow Strike into the trees, but he's going to go. Morphling for the count. But you know BEASTCOAST is BEASTCOAST. They want more, but they won't find it. VG complete their TPs away to safety. Is when VG's going like up into high ground, or you just have a really great position from Skullfield.
Yeah. If you beat, it's all about fighting with vision. We saw how VICI want to take fights, whittling down the enemy. You get out a rocket and X into some harass damage and baiting out these spells. Get these BKBs used. You don't want to just take an immediate 5-on-5 like this.
How quickly can Eurus go down? The Ice Path will hold him there. The Will-O-Wisp holding 3 players as well. He waveforms out of range, but the Clockwerk still trapped inside of his own cogs, being pulled back in by the Will-O-Wisp. He's starting his own TP. The Ice will end up canceling that one. In the backlines, Keeper of the Light was picked off. Puck was looking for it. He's hiding in the trees. But Bloodseeker, you know what he wants. Just to have that Lincoln Sphere be broken. Make sure the item is useful. Make sure it works.
East Coast, you cannot 100-0 this Morph reliably unless you somehow strike right away, because there's not enough to cancel. You need 3 disables.
You may need more. Xiao Yi just completed up a Lotus Orb. There's an extra layer of protection that's going to be applied. And now, where's your target? DY reveals himself. The Rupture's out. Fire Strike as well. The Ice Path is pretty decent. And maybe with the Will-O-Wisp be pulled in. He actually has to go in for that BKB. The Ogre brought back Ori solo and live. Chris Luck looking for the side blade hit. Unable to claim a PYW. That's the target K1's at least going to go for. Who's your better one? Kunkka, now stranded without his immunity. They just open up in the BKBs. Beast Coast waited so long to use them, and now they let him rip. Looking for a new target. Into the blast you come, combining with the Ice Blast. Everything will hold in place. VG Gaming, who have to commit another buyback. This one on the Clockwerk. Puck. Yeah, Blood Ride's there. If you want to jump this,
he's all approaching 2k HP. All of a sudden, he's not easy prey for this Morph any longer. Jakiro with the Force and Glimmer use are 2k HP as well, and there's a refresher on this Roche. Most times you maybe prefer the Aghanims. When you have a Coddle, man, this is game winning if you're able to pick it up. This Roche may just dictate who wins this first game. Or
there's a jump in. Keeper of the Light being initiated on Puck. The Lincoln Sphere's already been broken. Skullfield, he's able to hide in the tree, and now he gets a 4-man hit with the Blinding Light, pushes them out of the Ice Path. It won't stop K1 from moving in, trying his own fight. Hook shot forward. They really want this Keeper of the Light down, and he will be without buyback available, but the Puck loses his life. Here comes your SK. Fire Strike the backline, keeping Xiao Yi control, and stun with the Ice Path from Stinger doing even more work, giving Chris Luck his space to do the damage. But who's it going to go into? The focus still over on the Kunkka, but Chris Luck being pushed back by Eurus with the E-Blade pop, and then the Fire Strike forward gets its own double stun, and maybe they have enough. Yes, they do. The Templar Assassin will out falling. Waveform charges. They move from one target to the other, but K1, he's buffed up beyond belief. He is lifting, but he's also getting lifted. Down he will go. The Bloodseeker has no buyback for the TA. The Melt Bash, it connected to Eurus, but Eurus, a triple kill. His E-Blade pop, and then, gets him more life back. More, that's bounce. Hook shot. B-Wade. W thinking he can get Chris Luck. The earn charge is problematic. Stinger should be able to finish the job. The TA traps there in case he runs north, but he runs south and then begins the TP. No stun, nothing to actually stop him. That's a Clockwerk getting out. Who initially Blinding Light making it difficult. The hook shot will be a little bit of a stray, and he also ruptured that. Has moved out of the Blood Right, so there's no silence. He can still play with the cogs, and Eurus will babysit him. More Blinding Light, giving that level of protection. Missed chances galore. The Ice Path and the Macro by Stinger cutting this VG Gaming lineup in half, getting hit pretty damn hard. Eurus going to waveform himself up. He's actually morphing up, so he's ready for the hit onto the Jakiro. They're trying to protect him. Another Blood Right going down, another quick silence, but the ship will end up hitting onto Stinger. Buyback to Valve, but K1 backlines looking towards PYW, and now you've got a little bit of trouble. The Will-O-Wisp is down. DY, he's not inside of that, but they want the other target. It's K1 looking for his own fight, but maybe Eurus thinks he's got one of his own. Turns around, the Keeper of the Light dropping down low. Templar Assassin, he's back at base. He needs to come and get back into this fight. He did get out. The epicenter of trap good. The Ice Path holds him in position. Stinger doing the work. Now Norwich actually finish the TP back in again. He cannot return towards the fight, leaving now stranded. Poor Kunkka today. You know who's joining him? Morphling. That's number 1. Now we go for number 2. The gem is dropped. Morphling, link it to a break. Whisper up on the hill. Four-star actually just pushing it back up again. Burrow strikes available, but they're waiting for the range of the Ice Path. There it goes.
In this Puck, and again, the refresher squandered as well. The entire Aegis advantage was taken away by Beast Coast in that fight. Now they're going to threaten the high ground. They're trying to force a buyback on Paparazzi here.
Hell yeah, they are. If they can get that Morphling to have a long death timer, that gives them opportunity for the next fight. X marks the spot. Kunkka coming forward. The Ice Path won't be able to clip on anything. The tier 3 tower. There's your jump from TA.
Careful.
Looking for a quick target, but the phase shift from Puck and the Dream Call. Catching 2 heroes plus a couple of illusions. It's good news. Oh no! He's down for 2 minutes. They get the stun as well. Bloodseeker return it back to himself with the Abyssal Blade, Lotus Orb reflect, and now they're in a hell of a lot of trouble. BEASTCOAST, too many heroes dead, but who's the big one? K1 is it. He's trying to run away. Glimmer Cape help protect him, but keep the light. He'll go down too. BEASTCOAST, they just want to force the buyback, and it's so costly.
Oh, they got, man. Not only do both cores get coiled, but it's before the Will-O-Wisp is back off cooldown. Still 5
in the coddle up, and maybe they're a little bit stronger than the Jakiro. But that may not be enough time.
Ping the throne, there you go.
Tier 4 towers time, VICI Gaming want to get this game 1 in the bag. And it looks like they'll have more than enough time. Nowhere near enough damage from Bloodseeker. He's already letting the Rupture go on DY. He will just stand his ground. Actually, just, okay, I'm next to the Ancient. I guess he'll attack that. The Clockwerk isolating up the Bloodseeker inside the Cogs. Fortification, buying some more time. And the battle is on. The defense, Eurus just BKB'd, pounding away this dire Ancient. The Epicenter Burrow Strike has done some work, but it won't be enough to fountain the birds. And VICI Gaming go 1-up in this best of 3.
At 25 minutes,
Exactly.
and that's their win condition. So,
All right. We are ready, ladies and gentlemen, for game.
So Whisper will have a little bit of information. Meanwhile, Stinger feels very much like bait. They're wrapping up. This is for the 10-minute runes. And up we go with the Winter Wyvern. Doesn't have 6, but the Dream Call is going to be good. The Blast, however, so much damage to the Wyvern. Chris Luck, they need more Meepos. It's a good Earthbind botting line, pushing them out of the Will-O-Wisp. DY so low on life. Someone needs to hit him. The Blast, it won't be enough. The One charges, keep him alive. A jump forward. Eurus getting both the Bounty Rune and now looking for the kill into the Keeper of the Line. Mirana was the first to fall. The Cold Embrace protecting Stinger for the moment. You can take his mana, but you won't take, well, yeah, you'll take his life after the Cold Embrace wears off.
Lion, like you have 3 heroes, actually 4. You can kill the Void very easily too if you find it with Chrono down. So in that sense, I actually really like it.
Let's break the Reincarnation. Support's coming in. Curse off cooldown him 3 seconds time to survive the space, but so will the Ravage, and they just blast down the Wyvern. You may as well just buy back if they have any intention of fighting. While in the back lines, there's the catch on the Mirana. She almost dies from that one last attack, but it won't be enough. With the Anchor Smash connecting Meepos, just trying to get a little bit more distance. Another Earthbind. They turn over towards the Pugna. The arrow flies forward, and Ori just nuke on Chris Luck. While Whisper hits the back lines. The Veil is up with a double Dream Core. They need more heroes to really fight. K1 now has his ton of Velvet once more. They're focusing down the Pugna. He's the big one to take, while Stinger, the Anchor Smash from Zhao Yi, making it so difficult for BEASTCOAST to find any level of damage. They need more friends. They need more damage output. The Orb's available, and he's waiting for the Veil to come off cooldown. And that's the top 2 net worth, but only barely. The Pugna is nipping on the heels of the Meepo. Is there like a bigger objective? Because it seems like VICI Gaming want to be the aggressors. They're coming once again. Smoked up, there is no Ravage available. There's a double damage bottled up in the Pugna, and a Wraith King with no reincarnation. You just lost your Wyvern to Eurus in the mid lane, and now you're gonna lose the Keeper of the Light on the top lane at least. While they keep going on that mid, have they got enough with the control? The Faceless Void is brought down. The TP's out. They're coming. At least one got out, but the Wraith King won't be so lucky. And more Meepos need to arrive, battling under the ward. They just hold them in position. You don't care about how much damage you take from that nether ward. You'll pick it off in just a second. Tidehunter moving into the back lines. Has Ravage gonna pop it, but you have to battle into the trees with the Anchor Smash. It will allow the kill into Scottfeld, but with no Ravage available and no Chronosphere and no real support nearby, what have you got? Mirana Arrow will fly forward, connect on one of the Meepos. The Anchor Smash is good for the Will-O-Wisp, pulling both in Mirana and the Tidehunter, and they've already switched targets. The Earthbind, however, hits none.
Game. Consider he's playing up against a Meepo, top of the net worth charts. Not an easy feat. Mirana Invis now, looking to get aggressive. Chronosphere is active. They're hunting bottom.
You look for those. You look for those dire sentries, but there isn't anything there. Whisper,
Oh, beautiful.
Easy stun into arrow follow up, and that's going to be a finger to ensure the kill. Plus 50 or 40. Just get a follow up straight into the Wyvern too.
And VICI is just so clean. Feels like they're always the ones a step ahead of this BEASTCOAST lineup.
Yep, a little bit too far out. And get the Anchor Smash off. We need another Earthbind to arrive. And there it is. Follow up into the Wraith Fire Blast and whatever other control you want to kind of throw into that Tidehunter. It still takes a long time to get the damage in. That's a Vlad's, that's a Solar Crest, and that's a Tidehunter. Even denied, now Ori's going to lose his life. The bind is there. He wants to get himself away, but will it be possible for the Pugna?
And Ori, there's this great ward on the shrine. They see him walking up. Chris Luck, no problem finding the backstab.
Anyone bring some counter sentries to plant down for BEASTCOAST? Fresh Observer and Sentry, they just keep the chase going on the Pug. It's a good double stun. Meepo is right behind, but they all poof in, and the curse is on the line. They'll hold him there with the Tidehunter pounding into him with the Will-O-Wisp. Now Tidehunter can't escape either. It's just chain bind after chain bind, then combining with the poof.
Beautiful. Chris,
Be there to nuke down the waves.
here they come.
But where's the target?
They know there's vision up there. They gotta be really careful.
Observer and Sentry is good. You'll Scepter, but it's the Wraith King. It's not the target you want to go on. It gets the Blade Mail off as well. They can't instantly attack into him.
Oh, Void?
It's a support Void. He has the Chrono in the back lines. He got caught up by the Meepo. The Ravage will create space, holding down the BEASTCOAST support heroes. But now, K1 dead.
He got drained. They actually stopped dealing damage with other heroes, and the Pugna mana drain off the ultimate was enough to ensure that he actually died instead of...
The Chrono, 45 seconds on the Tidehunter. I look towards the top lane. Went to Wyvern, can force staff and get that ulti out, but Meepo, he found his bigger target, but underneath the Sentry Ward, faces Void, felt it as well, but the Hex, they'll hit so hard, so fast, and the Pugna draining out, combining with the arrow. Luck will go down, a huge spree to be ended, while Winter Wyvern has to throw the curse on the Tidehunter. Wraith King trying to come in to help out, a quick stun over on the Mirana. Is there more help? Keeper of the Light is there, and he can help K1 with his own fight. Blinding Light pushing him up, man, that movement from catching PYW on the back of the leap to get the kill. Now they turn their attention over towards the Tidehunter, but without that Silver Edge, it'll be a difficult kill. Not impossible, however. K1's got a lot of damage, so does Whisper.
And this guy's... Yeah, it's tough because VICI, you do it so slowly, but you might win the fight in the pit. BEASTCOAST, they... Hang on.
30-minute bounty rune, that's what they're going for. Faces Void's very uncertain that the rest of his team was going to come. The Will-O-Wisp will try and create some space to force off out from the Wyvern. He'll cold embrace. Have they got enough damage? Yep, the magical is there with the Maelstrom proc.
Yeah, rest of the team nowhere in sight, but they do trade Chrono for the Coddle Outs along that easy pickup.
Okay, like ships in the night, they all pass by, and then arrow. Hey, I found myself a kill. Mirana will fall, not realizing he was next to two invisible heroes, while Wraith King's having his own battle. Still has reincarnation available. Hadn't taken the lane of Rax in this game. Fortification, trying to stop K1 from just beating down the tower. Minus efficiency. That tier 3 tower will now drop. Moonlight Shadow, the wrap around the back. This is what VG want, the blink from Tidehunter. Whoa. Look at K1, he just goes straight into it. They get the sun off the Will-O-Wisp, need to create more space to Ravage. It's out. Puck protected by the cold embrace, but still brought down by the magical damage. Again, that Maelstrom proc of Eurus doing its work as he jumps forward towards K1, time locking down this Wraith King. He still has the mana to have the reincarnation off, and I'm waiting for that curse. Still also available, the BKBs being burnt up, and they're gonna start to expire in just a second. Mirana unable to get that secondary leap up and away from the Earthbind. There's your curse out. Over on Pugna, keeping line in position for the Earthbind. And Chronosphere, and hits almost all of BEASTCOAST. There was curse available, but who does he hit? There's so many options, but the options now come the way from BEASTCOAST. Only the Aegis Immortal is going to burn for the moment. VG Gaming trying to reset back up on their own high ground. But the big abilities, all of the big abilities down for the moment. With no Chrono, with no Ravage, the Earthbinds come flying, buyback in from the Lion. He needs to bring in the Hex and control. He's got the first one over on the Meepo, and maybe a second. Zhao Yi out a little bit too far with the pop. He can force up himself back up to safety. Mirana will not be so lucky. Hit by the Collar Blast. Another Earthbind faces Void, being trapped down the blind line, keeping him close. Same with the Tidehunter. K1 cuts him off at the pass, getting straight to melee racks to find the hero kill. Mirana has to buy back, and Luck already TPing away. They haven't claimed the racks yet. Wraith King, reincarnation, it was up the drain. It wasn't fast enough, so K1 will respawn. The arrow stun timing, not absolutely perfect. Eurus having to burn this BKB once more, searching for a new target, and they just keep pushing. They just keep kiting. Now re-engage in for BC. Over towards their hero. What have they got? A double Dream Call. That's what they got. A great Ravage done almost onto the Meepo, but it won't stop Faceless Void from Dinger. They just keep pushing BEASTCOAST, claiming the full lane of Rax on bottom. DY's finger, not enough to kill off the Puck, and then Pugna rooted eternally, maybe even into the Founders. It won't happen. The buyback still coming in from VG Gaming. DY hanging him the dreams. The 4 stars from BEASTCOAST now allowing to do a mistake like game 1. They want to keep this push going. But VG, have they still got fight in them?
What a fight. With BEASTCOAST, they might just get Megas out of this push. No buyback Tide, no buyback Void. And look at this, Luck still hunting. He's gonna find Kill on Ori anyway, and yeah, they called it. They would have just got wiped anyway.
We are going the distance. We are going to 3. It's gonna be a long day 1 here at ESL 1 Hamburg 2019. But if you're a Beast Coast fan, you're loving this. The hopes are kept alive.
The Leshrac and Legion be running at this Alch for the first 10-15 minutes of the game, and then allow Void to get that early Maelstrom and begin to participate. Because
Void, you have a lot of sustain and a lot of damage, but more importantly, Lich specifically, because you keep reapplying the slow thanks to the Frost Shield, you don't actually get the value out of the Abaddon shield. And if Wyvern moves left, he should be able to get XP here. Will he grab it? Indeed he does.
Nice. Very nice. Legion? Xiao Yi. He's copying so much damage in the bottom, almost baiting K1 in, but Go Field is there and K1 will fall.
Hey,
under that Legion commander, but it gives Magnus something back as well.
Under the circumstances, but more importantly, to see when this Alch rotates. The moment he does so, don't be surprised to see VICI just collapse onto the shrine.
Can Ori just take this as well?
Good.
Had you chosen to live, Lich?
Like, won't be as effective against the Golem. Now he's going to go for both. Alchemist is TPing in. He didn't see anything. K1 instantly will be exploded. Not just the stack, but the Alchemist as well. This is huge for VG, and Ember Spirit needs to try and counter it. More support's coming in the form of the Magnus. Rubick goes south, the core goes north, so all they'll get is the support, but it's meant to protect the stack. Only one of them is really saved, but so much commitment from Beast Coast. All they get is a Rubick, and Legion Commander's getting a free lane on bottom. So is to go for the Legion Commander. No concoction being leveled up. They need a control. The slow won't be enough. Chris Luck's on his way, but no searing chains either. They don't even have, they don't even have a stun.
They got a skewer, that's it.
Yeah, he could just like, okay, well, TP, or they could just have DY arrive. And now the duel is out. How much have you got? That skewer, white ball. Cold Embrace will buy a little bit of extra time for Chris Luck, but he's still gonna go down. That felt a little too easy for VG.
Great rotations. You're playing against an Alchemist. You make a mistake, you might just lose the game straight up, especially when you get to, he's farming with Empower this entire time. He's killing a creep wave in 3 auto attacks.
Magnus was so close to breaking the smoke. Now they get to the Alchemist. Chemical Rage will pop. And there's a lot of support. Yeah, he's on the way in. Concoction will start this on over on Lich. They don't want to get too close, however. The Chain Frost is going to start bouncing back and forth. Goes over to the neutral creeps, down to the saddle, then back over to K1. Is he going to get the RP? Only one being caught. Leshrac, RP stolen by the Rubick. That's going to be huge to use. Still hung on to it. They chase K1 into the trees. The duel, however, from Legion Commander keeps the Winter Wyvern out. He can't get close enough for the curse. Now the RP pulling the Alchemist out of the Chronosphere. But they get the kill, and Chris can't move himself out of the tree line. Sinister Gauge from DY pulls him back in once more. A quick slide of fist. At least he was able to pick up the Rubick in the trees, but Beast Coast falling apart at the seams.
It's, you know, it's like he could pick and choose which spell he wants at the time. He's got it. And it's such a nice quality of life increase to have that shield. You don't have any defensive cleanse on your side.
Void jumping in, gets the Chronosphere off. Alchemist caught on the edge of it. The Cold Embrace helping Stinger, giving some extra life. And it's a good curse over on Leshrac. A lot of extra damage. The RP never came. Not off in time. Magnus, hey! He's in the fight. Duel is down. And 2 heroes.
And you also shred through this Lich, 4 armor on him, Rubick with just 13. Maelstrom finished on the Void now. Might look to get aggressive here. Whisper, where are you doing, bro?
Yeah, he's a long way forward. Trying to create a little bit of extra space.
Alch's here.
Alchemist TP's in. He's got a fresh Mana Style and BKB ready to go. Concoction being prepared. A very early stun over onto the Lich. Broken free by the Pressy attack, but it's a great curse. But the Chain Frost causing some problems, but not that much actually. The BKB of Alchemist allows him to fight, and there goes DY. The Sphere. It catches Abaddon as well as the Winter Wyvern, but Alchemist is still trying to break the backlines. The RP still not able to get off in time. Ember is hunting on the side. We've got 3 different battles in 3 different positions, and Alchemist needs to get the Concoction started off. He just keeps getting locked up. The shields are up, and now the searing change as well. Faceless Void, maybe not the easiest target, but the RP holds him there, and the Concoction, the chain start. No! He time walks down, but the Spirit Jump in towards the rover. Iris trying to get up the hill and far away, but he can't get far enough. Beast Coast showing some bite finally in this game. It looks with the Empower buff up, everything is increasing. And now they go towards Legion Commander to skewer him away, so he's going to walk the long way around to get down the ramp. But there was no secondary control.
I feel rather dumb. That's why you go the Deso, Toby. You don't need the farming item. You have Empower. You're effectively playing with a free Battle Fury on the Ember Spirit.
Chris, that double damage rune trying to go to work, but Chris Luck slowed down by the lightning. They're picking up Whisper, bringing back in, but borrowed time. Chronosphere is out. They found the Winter Wyvern over on the side. The damage output from Iris, it will be enough. Then he goes over towards Whisper. Bigger heroes, can they kill him off? Now you actually have your Chain Frost. Chases up towards the Alchemist, tries to dodge it with the Mana Style. Won't matter, it's already worn off. Concocts himself up as Faceless Void running up the river. They're going to think about the tier 1 tower.
Dude, you cannot fight this as VICI. You need to buy time.
There's a TP coming in from Ori. He's under the tier 1 tower. He's able to get the double stun. Even your worst the test. K1, he looks for the stun. It won't happen. The duel is out once again. Magnus to lead it for a full minute. That BKB wears off in 1 second time. And Ori, there's no Yule Scepter, but he's got Split Earth. The lightning will help him set up for it. Where is his Ember Spirit? He's jumped so far up. He's actually at the tier 2 tower now. Up the mid lane. The curse is good. Instantly killing off Ori. Singer, that's value. Curse getting down the hill and away. Now finally after the long run, Chris has finally rejoined the fight. He kind of searing chained all of the ancients, however, and then gets rooted. That's not the greatest play in the world, but it won't matter when K1 stays on the front lines. The shield protects the Rubick, but the spirit won't stop that. Another double searing chains. Chris Luck continues the rampage. Concoction up. This is a nice cocktail of Beast Coast taking the tier 1 tower and that very extended team fight.
Base, by the way, we're hitting tier 3s.
We're hitting tier 3s, getting Skullfell being picked up as well. The tier 3 tower is now down. There's no buybacks being available, so this melee Rax can be chipped away, and Chris is ready to go again with the Searing Chains. The root on Faceless Void, they keep the control going. Void's dead, dead for a minute. The duel is out. Is there something to save him? They skewer away the Legion Commander, freeing him up from the duel. The Chain Frost also being wasted. This Alchemist will tank through absolutely everything. The new creep wave has also arrived. Blink Dagger can be coming out in just a second. What did he steal? Oh, that's not going to help. It's only going to be Skewer. They pick him up each other, and now you can get the stun off. PY, he skewers back to Magnus, but it will not help. Magnus tries to skewer away, and they're going for more. It feels like they're almost going for a G-push. Remember the Rax, RP, controlling Ori. They need to follow with more stuns. Concussion from K1 not even built up. It's a great overwhelming odds. The Rax has been taken. There's no mana for the Alchemist to work with, but he doesn't need it. He could just slice his way to victory. They've taken mid-Rax, and once again, VG, 3 here now without buyback, but Beast Coast will be happy with this moment. 24 minutes in, they take an entire mid-Rax over on this Ember Spirit, so he's got a way to avoid that initiation. And the Alchemist has the full Assault Cure Us done.
One of the few games I agree with this Max.
I don't know about this. A close quarters fight for Faceless Void, ready to jump in. There's no RP available, it's on cooldown. Legion Commander runs forward, so much damage. The duel is out, but that didn't feel so right. No buyback available, and Ember Spirit wants this fight. The Chain Frost will start bouncing around with the Spirit Jump and just gets completely whiffed out. And Faceless Void, Chrono up, but he can't stay too close. He has to time walk away or else he gets stunned up by the Alchemist. And now Ember Spirit, he's thinking about more. Looking for the Faceless Void, he gets a Searing Chains. He'll get a solo kill onto the Void. Buybacks are available underneath the Shrine. Ori trying to fight, but he doesn't have it in him anymore. Down goes the Leshrac. Beast Coast, from one strength to the next, they'll push the tier 2 tower on top, and you know they won't stop there.
One.
VG's coming.
But does it?
They don't have Chrono, though.
You can't kill Alk. You've got to get the Wyvern and the Mag.
It's going to break. They were looking to try and contest Roshan. Ori, he was inside the pit for a second, but now as Alchemist, hey, hello. Come for me. Chemical Rage up there. We'll get the chain stuns off. He's still got mana to break free. Leshrac already down to 50% HP, and they found the Rubick in the back lines. It's just Chris Luck's choice to go after him. The BKB's up the concoction. DY! Oh boy! Say goodbye as well, the Rubick. The supports can't be real heroes. Leshrac broken free, trying to get that extra distance. It's so difficult to skewer. Actually, just a shockwave, pulling him back a little bit closer. Faceless Void's behind him. They actually smoke up Beast Coast. They want to find this kill. Void, stay where you are. Concoction, 3, 2, there's your jump.
And the tips continue to rain in.
Oh,
you might get eliminated from this tournament, Papa.
Regeneration of heart, like he goes straight back up if he can just disengage for a second. And he's even buying Aghanim Scepters. I think the rest of the Lincoln Sphere is meant to be flying out too. Yeah, it is. It's coming in on the Courier right now, so he drops his boots to go high ground. Courier, get in there. It's a war zone. An Alchemist is your tank. Legion Commander now with a BKB, searching for a target, but this entire BKB timing, he doesn't know who he wants to go on. Now they found the target. It's the Ember Spirit, able to steal the Searing Chain Frost, doing some decent work, but they're still so tanky. Beast Coast, the damage output is already there. Lich has to buy back RP. It's a big catch-up over on 2, and watch that cleave damage go to work. The Chronosphere, it may buy a little bit of time, but you're seeing Eurus, he's just got no damage. They'll sit there in time to think about the GG call and what Beast Coast have achieved today. They were forced for a full 3 games in their first and now their second series of the day. Eliminating one of the biggest teams that we thought was going to test all the other teams at this tournament. They knock them out in the lower bracket round 2.